All right, Justin, welcome to ENTV Today. ENTV Today got quite, we have quite the interview for you today. Justin Brazil, I'm excited to introduce him. But Justin, if you don't mind just opening up the interview with exactly what you told me. If you want to start the same way, and then
Okay.
just let's jump because there's a lot of stuff to cover here.
Okay. Well, of course, my name is Justin Brazil. Born and raised Memphis, Tennessee. When I was around the age of 10 years old, my fourth grade year, I started beginning to get bullied, which ultimately ended up with a young man setting me on fire a week after my last day of school. I had to go through 64 surgeries. I endured years of rehab, and I couldn't go outside for a long time. So when I used to sit in my room, I used to watch my brother go outside and play. And I made a promise to myself, whenever I'm able to go outside, I'm going to go see and do as much as possible. And that's exactly what I did. So 9 months after my last surgery, I was at MEPS, the Military Acceptance Processing Station, in 2001. And military entrance. I apologize. Military entrance processing station, and I was joining the Navy. Just so happened, how fate does it, is it was on September 11th, 2001. I didn't know the attacks was happening, but when I found out, it was at a point where I had to make a decision if I was going to be a man or run away from my responsibilities or my dreams or my goals. And I ended up joining. I ended up doing several deployments in my time in the military. My first job I accepted so I could conquer my fear of fire. I worked on the flight deck of the USS Carl Vinson next to afterburners, and it was extremely hot. And then my second job that I took in the military, it was in weapons. I built missiles, bombs, torpedoes. I was a small weapons instructor. I was able to touch every continent on this planet except for one, which is Antarctica, but that really doesn't count because it's just a big block of ice and penguins. But and now I was a lady came to me and asked me to become a mentor, and I was like, me mentor? I'm not perfect, but I ended up agreeing, and what ended up happening from that point changed my life. A lady came in named Cindy McMillan. She came and did an interview. She wanted to interview the lady who ran the program, but she pointed at me. She was like, "No, you need to interview him." And she interviewed me. She was crying the whole time, and when we got done, she said, "It's going to be 2 weeks, and the interview is going to be out." And from that point, 2 weeks later, spawned a speaking career for me. I've been going around speaking to young people about bullying and not accepting anything but going for your dreams in your life. Don't never hold back for anything. So I've been mentoring with the Memphis Grizzlies program for the past 9 years. This is going to be my 10th year out. Never stop. Never stop.
We're connected. You said Memphis Grizzlies?
Yes.
So I grew up in Vancouver where the Grizzlies started and went and saw them play right after Jordan retired, I think, or something like that, way back when they first got 20 something years ago. Okay, so you said you would watch your younger or your brother, younger or older, go and play. He's old. You go and watch him play. You got set on fire at 9 years old by a bully, and then went through how many surgeries?
64.
And so vowed that you would face your fears. And so you go and end up working on a flight deck of an aircraft carrier right beside afterburners. And then that's not enough. So then you go and learn how to become a weapons tech, creating bombs and missiles. How do you feel okay, how do you look back on the fact of the tragedy, right? Tragedy at 9 years old, but you chose to respond to it in a certain way that, are you a victim?
No, I don't like the victim mentality. I'm a survivor. It's a big difference. I don't lean on that I don't use that as a crutch to help me walk through life. I want to stand on my own as a man and set my own path and walk with my head up and chest out. So I'm a survivor, most definitely.
Oh, so you speak. Uh, Tell us, what does that look like? You're coaching, counseling, speaking. What are you doing? What's that look like? Mentoring?
So, well, with the mentoring, we have a curriculum that is given to us. The Memphis Grizzlies Foundation is absolutely wonderful. The Grizzlies just doesn't just play basketball; they actually do a lot for our city, and they set up a curriculum, and it's three adults and six kids, and we come in and we talk about stereotypes, things of that nature, but also we take in part of our life lessons and add it into that that curriculum. And when we, it's been working great so far because like I said, 9 years ago I started. It's 7th to 8th graders, and when I get a message on social media from them young men or their mother, and they tell them, "Oh, he's completely changed, or he's doing this, and he's stopped doing that. He helps around the house." That's enough payback for me. I love it. And as far as when it comes to speaking, when I go into, well, I don't charge when there's children in the room. I can't charge a smaller version of myself. So when I go in, it's usually, I remember the first time I ever spoke, I ended up being a keynote speaker, and I went into this room, and it was, I say, maybe 300 people, and I am terrified. When I tell you, I'm sweating out my shirt, I'm sweating, I forgot my whole thing, but the message was conveyed. I went through my life story and letting them know that no matter what you go through, you have to set a standard for yourself to go out to achieve anything that you want in your life. You have to. You can't let anybody hold you back. You can't hold you back. And uh, when I got done, there was a line of people waiting outside to speak, and I sat out there for 2 hours. And young kids were coming up to me, and they were like, "I'm being bullied, and it's good to see that you can make it past it." And then there was also adults coming up to me, and they were saying, "Man, you make my life look like a cakewalk. What am I, I need to go home and start thinking about what I'm doing wrong." And, and it made me feel some type of way. I remember driving home. It was a 30-minute drive, and I just started crying. I was crying driving. And, a question was answered that I asked so many times for so many years. And it was, why me? Why did this happen to me? And the answer came to me was because I was able to take it. It was meant for me. I could endure it and move forward. Every time I've, been put into a different scenario, I've always became a leader in that area, from the military to any job I've ever had, anything like that. They always put me in the forefront. And I got to thank a guy named Kevin Williams and he used to push me so much in the military. It was always me. He always chose me. Go do it. Go do it. Go do it. He didn't see the scars. He saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. And I took his mentality and I ran with it. And I thanked him so many years later because what he instilled in me was a mindset of not defeat, but you can become victorious no matter what, as long as you put in the work for it. Most definitely.
Well, I don't see scars either. All I see is a champion, Justin. That's what you are. That's what you are. So, all right. So, what is next for you, sir? Like, what's on the horizon?
Well, I'm writing a book. The book is called Before 24. And I'm going to go through the whole process from birth to the age of 24 when I'm walking off a military base. It's crazy because it seemed like I had my friend told me, he was like, "Man, you the real life Forrest Gump." Like I've been in, it's like things have been set in place for me, and I never would have expected it. Like one thing, uh, I was able to meet Rosa Parks. I held the door for her when she first walked into the National Civil Rights Museum here in Memphis, Tennessee. And just seeing what she endured and her outcome being put in the museum and having, and being such a profound, having a profound life lets me know that, man, anything is possible. So I'm writing a book. Hopefully Netflix will call me back again. They asked my life story one time before, so maybe I accept this time. So
All right. So your message to people that have been through challenges is what?
no matter what you go through in life, it is for you. You know, the only reason we're put on this earth is to pass on information to the next generation to make it better. Your trauma, your problems, your pain isn't for you. It's for someone else. Take that information and pass it on to the next generation to make it better. The world that we live in now is so lost. It's like we've lost the ability to transfer information, even though we have all these devices in our hands that is so powerful that you can reach the masses, but we keep it to ourselves and we become a victim in our mind instead of being a survivor and taking that knowledge and moving, passing it on. So please pass it on.
Wow. All right. Okay. Well, Justin, anything else you want to convey to ENTV today? Like, you're going to have to come back and do some other stuff here because we need voices like yours.
Most definitely, I'm available. Only thing you got to let me know is when and where. And you know, thank you for allowing me to come on your platform and speak and pass on my information to your people. And most definitely, I'm willing to do some more work.
Any
Most
links you got, as well as your book coming out, obviously later on, but any links you got, please put after in the comments section in Facebook, and people would love to connect with you, I'm sure. So
Most definitely, I leave my Facebooks and my Instagrams and so forth. You know, as of late, I just took down my website. I'm rebuilding it, so that'll come up later on.
okay. Thank you, Justin. Justin Brazil, thank you for being on ENTV today. Wow, what an interview. ENTV today, please connect with Justin. Let him know in the comments what you appreciate about him. Talk about a champion. Okay, Justin, we'll end it here and we'll continue chatting, you and I, from here.
Okay.